It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. The Hunter's most senior police officer has hit back at claims local bikies are being unfairly picked on. It follows the latest raids on the Gladiators bikie gang this week, which saw their East Maitland clubhouse dismantled and several members arrested. Assistant Commissioner Jeff Loy has told the Herald his officers were only targeting criminal activity. A truck driver who's pleaded guilty to high-range drink driving at Singleton was so drunk he needed help standing up. Scott O'Malley was swerving all over the New England highway in his semi-trailer last month and later blew .272, 13 times the limit for truck drivers. Police who arrested the 42-year-old say he kept telling them he was a former policeman who'd served 15 years with the Highway Patrol. Federal Labor has launched a nationwide campaign to stop the Coalition's plan to deregulate university fees, with Hunter residents encouraged to join in the stand. The proposed reforms will see the interest rate for HECS loans increase to as high as 6%, as well as cuts to government funding by an average of 20%. Hunter MP John Fitzgibbon says university degrees should depend on hard work and good marks, not people's bank balances.
Well, it is the Americanisation of our university system, and what will inevitably happen is that all the research universities will be congregated in the capital cities, and the regional universities will end up being teaching-only campuses, and that's a bad thing for regional Australia, and it's a bad thing for regional students.
Hunter Water is giving us a carbon tax refund, adding up to about $6 million. Customers will notice a $13.23 rebate on the next bill, and the same again next July. Water prices soared by 40% when the now scrapped carbon tax was introduced. Tourism businesses in the Hunter are being urged to lodge applications for funding under the Regional Visitor Economy Fund to bolster local tourism products and services. The fund supports the growth of the regional visitor economy with the objective to double the New South Wales overnight visitor expenditure by 2020. Maitland MP Robin Parker says there's more than $2 million available.
With $2.8 million on the table and a further $3.7 million available for regional tourism operations, the Hunter and Port Stephens should be in and put application in, and that is either local governments, tourism operators, or industry.
Maitland councillor Philip Penfold is having a crack at state politics. The former local Liberal Party branch president has announced he'll stand for Maitland as an independent at the March state election. Sitting MP Robin Parker has decided not to recontest the seat. A breast cancer morning tea will be held at Windale Bowling Club this morning at 10:30, and Hunter residents are encouraged to bring a gold coin donation and support the cause. The morning tea is hosted by federal member for Shortland Jill Hall and will include speakers from the Hunter Breast Cancer Foundation and the Australia-New Zealand Breast Cancer Trials Group. Jill Hall says awareness of the issue and early detection are absolutely vital.
It's estimated that 15,270 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in 2014. And the one issue that I think is most important is early diagnosis, being really familiar with what you need to do to check your breasts, and then making sure that you have mammograms every 2 years.
Now with sport, Belinda Delaceres.
Newcastle Knights star Sione Matautia is planning to take his history-making debut for Australia in his stride when the Kangaroos come up against England in Sunday's sudden death Four Nations clash. The 18-year-old is set to become the youngest ever player to don the green and gold, but insists he has no intentions of approaching the contest differently to a regular NRL match. It's another mark on the record books for Matautia, who eclipses former Test great Brad Fittler and childhood idol Israel Folau as Australia's most junior. Eastern Suburbs have been putting in the hard yards ahead of tomorrow's cricket grudge match against Norths at Lawn Park. The Griffins are hoping to make the most of a Norths outfit minus strike bowler Mitch Field after being beaten outright by the eventual premiers in last summer's top four showdown. And Maitland's 4-year-old Bay Gelding In Cahoots is preparing to become part of the Flemington legend tomorrow to feature in the last of 9 races for Derby Day. That's sport. I'm Belinda Delas Harris.
To NURFM News Time 26 to 9.